Hello, this is my first time trying to make a dorodango video. Well, it's technically my second because I'm still learning how to edit all of this. And the first voiceover I recorded didn't record, I found out at the end. Got all the way through the video. That's okay. We're learning. We're embracing the learning. So this is a amalgamation of I think about 5 different dorodangos that fell slash broke slash I wasn't happy with, and so when I moved, I put them all in a baggie together, and then a bunch of water. And you can see there I'm using what's called a steel nipple. I'm sorry for using the term, but it is for plumbing, and I put a little Coband adhesive bandage on top. But as you could see, it was kind of catching on the dango. I have a bigger one, I just can't find it yet because I'm not fully unpacked. Oops. And since it kept catching so much because it was so little, I went to using a jar that has decent square edge. So as you can see, dunking in a little water. I kind of kept this in here because you can still see that occasionally I'm catching and and it's not as smooth. I mean, partially it's because these dangos are heavy. Like this one is, it's heavy. There's a lot of clay in there. So I just continue to smooth, and you'll see that catching bit, but that just means that you're not a perfect sphere yet. At some point, I'm going to hold this up here, maybe soon. Oh, there we go. And you'll be able to see, so you can see how rough it is. And that, like, every time I rub the jar over it, it gets rougher. And those are the areas that are not spherical yet. You can obviously roll it while it's sitting. You can roll it. You can run your hand around it. There's all sorts of different ways to smoothing it. All of them are right. And one of the ways you know is if you put your dorodango on jar, if all edges make contact with the top of the jar at all times and with no wiggle jiggle, that means you are a perfect sphere. And the number of times I have rushed through my rough shaping and not gotten a perfect sphere and hated myself later for it is more than one. So take that as you will. And so this is just some of the hard work. And again, you can see that whenever I'm pausing like that, that's where it's catching on something that is not perfectly spherical. I'm saving all of those little scrappies for either putting on a coating on top, or when I do enough of them, I will be able to make another dango out of them. I never really appreciated how difficult it was to talk in these things until I'm trying to do it myself. So kudos to all of the YouTubers I watch, because especially ones who don't have a scripted show, because like me, they're going off the cuff, and it's hard to vamp. So pretty soon it's going to speed up here, and I try to speed it up pretty fast, and I'll tell you at the end how long it took me. In the meanwhile, enjoy the bossa nova. Keep dipping that cup in there, folks, because that's what's going to keep your surface moist and help it come off when it needs to, when it's not perfectly spherical. This process is why it needs to be dry enough that it doesn't leave a dent in it beforehand when it's sitting on its own weight, because you've got to put a little bit of pressure here, and if it's so wet still that you can easily dent it, you're never going to get it to be in a good sphere. With each pass of the jar lid, it's hard to tell, but I'm getting just a little bit more rough on the surface, and I know which areas are perfectly spherical because they don't want to move at all, like they don't rub off as much. So I'm getting there. I'm about halfway through. To change the video of what I was watching. Gotta wash your hands to do that. Don't want to get mud all over your stuff. As you can see, I am crafting here in the comfort of my own bedroom with my cat. I use a towel to help catch all the clay crumbs. And you want to make sure to not put that down your drain, folks, because clay will cause you a plumbing problem that you will never you'll never be able to fix. And it would be very, very expensive, I should say. So keep a bucket of water or something to wash your hands, and even maybe your towels or whatever you're doing, just because it wreaks it wreaks havoc. There we go. That's the words on your plumbing system, and you don't want to mess with that. If you do need to put something down the drain, make sure you flush it with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of water. You want that clay to be as dilute as possible so it keeps moving down the line. Now you can see that it is all smooth even when I'm rubbing over it. So now it's really starting the polishing process, even though I'm spherical, and I'm just keeping on going over it just to make sure that there's no spots that I missed, because there's always spots that you miss. Ooh, how pretty and smooth. We're just about to the end, folks. Thanks for watching. This was a total of about 36 minutes of shaping, and it's got a pretty good square edge. The softer the edge, the longer it takes. So it depends on how perfect your sphere is when you're just rolling it in the rough shaping. And then next up, we will be polishing. Thank you all for joining me.